Hey guys, welcome to Mostly Sci-Fi. My name is Mostly Sci-Fi, and I'm your host. So I'm gonna do these things regularly. Maybe they're gonna be because I was doing mostly sci-fi podcasts, and those were like 40 minutes or something. I'm still gonna do those, but I'm gonna do more of these often, and so it should be cool. Oh, my cat! Again, he's coming in like like he's the boss and stuff like that. So I'm sorry about that. He's coming in like he's the boss, and that's it. But anyway, check out the Hellbound Heart. I did a few of these. I did to chapter 7. I'm gonna do chapter 8 tonight. I'm gonna try as much as I can, and I'm also doing Alien Harvest audiobook. And yeah, like hook it up. And also, what I want you to do is please to, if you can, subscribe to my Patreon channel. And my Patreon channel is right here. I worked meticulously on it. As you see, I have nobody yet, but I got Newt, William Hudson, Vasquez, Jones, and Ripley. Of course, I'm only dream of getting Ripley, but please support the channel. I'm trying my very best. I know I'm just beginning, so I don't expect anything right at the moment. But as you continue to watch my shows, you will know that this show is a quality show, and it's just not me talking crap or what have you. So when you get the chance, if you get the chance, I'm gonna be talking about everything sci-fi and the culture, right? The culture of sci-fi, because the culture is being like it's kind of intertwined with the things that we watch these days, and so I will give you just my feeling or my thought processes on the things that we're talking about. So this episode, I actually want to talk about. I want to talk about basically what's going on with the DC universe. Okay. Right now, like I think the DC universe and the Marvel universe are losing. What you saw before, the Ant-Man and Wasp, that was like it sucked. It's not very good. Like when you compare it to something like Invincible, you know what I mean? Like when you compare it to the Invincible comic and the TV show on Amazon, it just doesn't hold any candle or light. Or when you like compare it to the boys, right? It doesn't hold the candlelight. So right now I'm reading compendium. This is issues 97 to 144, and I would say that's like 12 times 12 is 144. But anyway, this series is really good. It has, look how large it is. Okay, this is from Image Comics, and it's really good. Like I'm not even interested in I'm not interested in Marvel or anymore, and even DC. I'm not interested in reading that anymore. I go to the library. I go to the comic book shop. I'm not interested in any of the DC comics. Pretty much, I'm not sure if the Boys is part of that. I think it has its own wherever. It might be DC, but I'm not sure. Right now, my daughter is reading Berserk. Like she's gonna read this in a week. This is gonna be done. So I got this from the library, and this is Berserk, and I don't know if I'm gonna read it. It's all in black and white, but it looks really god darn good. Like you just gotta go through it and you gotta read it. It's got parental advisory. And it just looks so darn good. Okay. Um, I think I'm probably gonna read this stuff, but it's a lot of reading. Okay, and so when I look at like Marvel and DC, all I see is this ordinary crap that's been around for like 50 years. Like Superman's been around for like 70, 80 years. How many more times can you turn Superman into something and make it interesting? And that is the challenging thing that we have. Now, Henry Cavill was pretty good in Superman. Like, I think he was good. Um, I think Batman vs Superman was really, really good. Okay, at least the Snyder cut was good, not the Josh Whedon stuff. But Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Snyder cut, in my opinion, was good. You see, it says 6.4 IMDb, but the audience is 4.2 if you get the Snyder cut. Okay, so this is 4.2 because of the Snyder cut. All right, so you got the Snyder cut that makes it like 3.5 hours or something, which makes it so much better. I'm telling you, you gotta see it. The one that released for theaters is crap. All right, and then you have I think, oh, I can't even see it. So if I put Justice League, I thought I had Justice League already here. Okay. Justice League Snyder cut basically is an 8 out of 10. Okay, for IMDb, IGN is 8 out of 10. The regular Justice League was garbage. It was complete crap. And then when you got to see the Snyder cut, which is like 4.5 hours or something. Okay, yeah, so it's like 4 hours. So the 4 hour one is so much better than the 2 hour and whatever that they had. It's like the 2 hour one, the Josh Whedon one, was garbage. Josh Whedon tried to undercut this guy, Zack Snyder, and it was just a mess, a hot mess. Okay, so now you have James Gunn, who's going to direct the true beginning of DCU, and he basically played Henry Cavill, like he just crapped on him. I don't think that was a good thing to do because it's Henry Cavill, and when I see Superman, I see Henry Cavill. But this dude, like James Gunn, wants to go to like a younger person, and like the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good way to go because Henry Cavill was like 35. He's probably almost 40. Okay. And so if you want to go to the origins of Superman and who he was, I totally trust James Gunn because whatever I've seen of James Gunn is really good. Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the best, like, basically comics to movies that you don't even have to read the comics. You will know who the Guardians of the Galaxy is. Like, he just did an excellent job. And then you got the Suicide Squad that he did, and it was just an excellent job. I didn't think that I could like enjoy the Suicide Squad, but it was just his sense of humor, his weird and often dangerous sense of humor, because he has a very wicked sense of humor that got him in trouble in the past. But it works, you know what I mean? And he's just good. And if he has to kind of get rid of Henry Cavill, I kind of agree. It's like, just leave James Gunn alone and let him do his thing and stop criticizing him. Just leave him alone. What he did to Henry Cavill was effed up, okay? But I trust this dude with the Marvel Universe. I trust him with... I wish that they'd hire him on to Image. Right? We got Invincible, but imagine what he could have did with Invincible. Like, Invincible is already good, okay? But imagine what if you had James Gunn behind him. Oh, my God. And they gave him the freedom for blood and gore and all that. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine it? Or imagine James Gunn giving him the helm of Deadpool. I mean, Deadpool is good, but it's just kind of, you know what I mean? Imagine you gave it to James Gunn. Okay? So I fully trust that he's going to do well. You know, and that's the thing. Like, Now DC is starting to be like, okay, okay, we got to get serious now. We losing money, right? Freaking, what do you call that? Demon Slayer is destroying Marvel and DC. If you combine them, they're not getting more than Demon Slayer. The company that's behind Demon Slayer, which I can't recall, last year they made $3 billion just off Demon Slayer. Okay, if you want to compare that count to something like the bank that just went under, like Signature Bank, okay, and Silicon Valley Bank, SVB Bank. If you put them together, they still doesn't amount to the money that Demon Slayer made last year. They can fund banks. That's how successful Demon Slayer is. And you got to understand that. That's how successful they are. Okay? So, I mean, right now, the Japanese anime is winning. And the reason why is because they not preaching to you like this woke crap and all this other things. Like, what we got now is everywhere, all at once. I saw that. I kind of liked it. Like, I love Michelle Yeoh. She's from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's why I went to China. I went to China because of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like, it was so impactful on my decision making of going to the East. But this movie was all about like sex. That's because when you talk about these things that are happening now, like trans and lesbian and LGBTQ, it's all about what you're doing in the bedroom, and I don't care about that. I never liked this kind of stuff, and I living in China, there's no gratuitous sex on TV. There's no sex at all. Actually, there's no sex in the movies. Like, there's a couple of movies that have sex in it, but for the most part, they just cut out all the sex scenes, and I'm cool with that. Like, I never thought that you needed sex to advance the storyline. Like Game of Thrones, like every week it's like gratuitous sex. It's like, listen, my daughter, I want to watch it with my daughter. I want to watch it with my children. We want to watch it with a family. We don't need all this sex stuff, right? The violence maybe, but not the sex and all the other kind of stuff, right? So when I see this here, James Gunn to direct the true beginning of the DCU, I very much trust him. But how many times can you change Superman? He's going to have to do miracles. Okay? Because Japanese animation is winning, and Image Comics is winning. DC and MCU, they are left in the dust, and that's because they're doing all the woke bullshit. Invisible, there's no woke bullcrap, and that's why it's so successful. The Boys, there's no woke bullcrap. I think it's DC, but I'm not sure. I think or Vantage Comics or something like that, an offshoot of DC or something. But the reason why they're doing so good, because no woke garbage. Okay, Berserk, no woke garbage, and that's why they are winning. And these companies need to get with the program. Okay, and that's all I gotta say about it. Like, I trust James Gunn, and hopefully he doesn't preach to us or anything, or he doesn't become a victim to the woke ideology, because I'm black, and these people in the woke ideology, they do not represent me at all. Okay, they don't represent the people that think with their brains. All right, so this is mostly sci-fi, and I hope you enjoyed it. And mostly sci-fi. Well, mostly.